Parakesh Nochlin, Daf Kufchav Hey, sponsored the Refuah Shlema for Bava Basra Rivka. Gemara brings a ruling from the Chachmei Eretz Yisrael that conflicts with Shmuel's opinion of the Chachamim. Previously, Shmuel explained the Chachamim do not consider a documented loan an actual asset, entitling a firstborn to a double portion. The Chachmei Eretz Yisrael disagree. They hold the Chachamim disagree with Rebbe only concerning the interest owed, but he is entitled a double portion of the principal. The loan document is similar to a security provided for the principal amount of the loan that does not include the interest. The Gemara states, the Nardoim, Ameimar, Rav Nachman followed the Chachmei Eretz Yisrael. Rabbah holds the firstborn is entitled to a double portion if the debt was paid with land, but not if paid with money. The lien on the debtor's land is tantamount to a security in the father's possession. However, money is not considered in the father's possession. Rav Nachman holds the opposite. The loan was money, not land. Land is therefore considered a new asset. Money, on the other hand, is a replacement of the original money lent. Abaya challenges Rabbah. Number one, how does Rabbah distinguish between land and money? Just as the father was not in possession of the money before he died, similarly he was not in possession of the land. His lien does not obligate the debtor to pay with land. Number two, this question is based on a case the Gemara discusses on Amud Beis. Person willed his estate to his grandmother during her lifetime, stipulating after she dies it should go to his heirs, not hers. His married daughter was his only heir who died before the grandmother. Her husband claimed the estate as his wife's heir. Rabbah supported the opinion of the Chachmei Eretz Yisrael that the estate never entered the wife's possession, making them prospective rather than actual assets a husband does not inherit. The grandmother had a right to sell, preventing them from ever entering the daughter's possession. Similarly, the debtor could cancel the father's lien by paying with cash or another parcel of land. How is the firstborn entitled to a double portion of the land? Abaya's challenge to Rav Nachman. Number one, why is money different than land? Just as the father was not in possession of the land before his death, he was not in possession of the money. Number two, Rav Nachman holds land orphans did not inherit but came to them as payment for an outstanding loan. Their father's creditor can collect his loan from that land despite the fact he has no right to non-inherited property or prospective assets of orphans. Rav Nachman holds land paid by the father's debtor is different. It is considered an actual asset of the father. Why is the firstborn not entitled to a double portion? The resolution. Both Rabbah and Rav Nachman held the view of Shmuel that a firstborn is not entitled to a double portion of the repayment of a loan. Their dispute was how to explain the Chachmei Eretz Yisrael that entitle a firstborn a double portion from the repayment of a loan. Rav Nachman deduced from the Chachmei Eretz Yisrael's decision that the deceased daughter's husband has no right to the estate because the grandmother could have sold. Similarly, a creditor's lien can be canceled since the loan can be repaid with other land or money. Therefore, the firstborn can only be entitled to a double portion of a loan repaid with money. Rabbah, however, held the cases were different. The daughter did not have a lien on the estate, whereas the deceased father did, making it similar to a security, an actual asset, entitling the firstborn to a double portion. The Gemara brings a dispute concerning the grandson who bequeathed to his grandmother and daughter. Rav Huna held, when the grandson stipulated after she dies it should go to my heirs, he intended not only his primary heirs, but even secondary heirs. Rav Anan held he intended for only his daughter to inherit at the expense of his grandmother's heirs, not secondary heirs such as the husband. The Chachmei Eretz Yisrael decided in favor of Rav Anan, but not for his reason. According to him, Even if the daughter was survived by a son, he would not inherit as a secondary heir. This is not true. Since the grandmother had rights to sell the estate, depriving the daughter, the husband cannot inherit because he, similar to a firstborn, is not entitled to prospective assets. Rav Huna, who holds the husband inherits, does not award him prospective assets. He holds the grandson stipulation, after you it shall go to another, indicates his intent to grant it to the second beneficiary with only rights to its profits going to the first beneficiary. The grandmother had no right to sell. The Gemara concludes this discussion with halacha l'maisa. Number one, a husband and a firstborn are not entitled to prospective assets. Number two, a firstborn is not entitled to collect a double portion from a loan, whether repaid with money or land. If you're enjoying Daf 5, please click on the link below, subscribe, and become a sponsor. Good Tov, Shavua Tov.